welcome. Domain Dave, cheapwinefinder.com, with another wine review like always. Do the obligatory telling of who I am and who we are. We write up 3 value price wine reviews a week, and after we're done, we plug in the microphone, and we've been doing this for a ridiculously long time, over 15 years, so not all the, a lot of the old reviews are gone. We got rid of those because who needs to talk about a 15-year-old $5 wine? You don't need to know about that. And today we've got a kind of a different one. We got the Jawbreaker California Chardonnay non-vintage wine from Chateau Diana. Chateau Diana was founded in Sonoma in 1981 by Tom and Diana Manning. They passed away, and since then the children are taking over for it. And Tom was one of the original wine buyers. He bought the Negociant wines for Trader Joe's back in the day. This isn't a Trader Joe's wine. It is called Jawbreaker, and it has skeletons, several of them, 3 I think, but they're more like cartoon character skeletons. I don't understand it with green leaves around it. How that has anything to do with Jawbreaker, I don't know, but I don't care because I like this wine. They said that the wine was sourced from prized vineyards in the Central Valley. Now, this is a non-vintage wine, and I usually why is it a non-vintage wine? Because on their website, this is a $20 wine. I found it for $12.50. So it's not like a super inexpensive wine. I'm going to take a sip. So, and the Central Valley is like Clarksburg, Lodi, and then down the valley it's warmer down that way. And there are smaller boutique wineries, low production, and I'm not sure if they're using those. Usually boutique low production means high prices, where Clarksburg and Lodi can come in at a decent price. So I'm not sure. This is 91% Chardonnay, 7% French Colombard, which is just Colombard everywhere else. And Colombard's parent is Chenin Blanc, so it is a relative of Chenin Blanc. And then I think it's got 2% Sauvignon Blanc to give it a little lift. It's all stainless steel. There is no oak. And it's pretty good. I'm going to take another sip. I don't miss the oak. I'm so used to California wines having oak in it, where you get a little bit of that roundness. Even if you usually don't want butter too much, but you want a little bit of butterscotch and that kind of stuff. Not here, and it's not missed at all. It's subtle. There's like coconut milk and Anjou pear, grapefruit, green apple, some peach, some nectarine. It's got a bunch of flavors, but it's subtle. This is not a wine that has flavors jump out at you, but there is a decent amount of flavors going on here, and it's all balanced. It's all got acidity is very nice. Gives it some good length. It keeps on going for a while. Sometimes I don't really like non-oaked Chardonnays because it gets too citrus, it gets too citrusy, it gets too spiky. This one doesn't have any of that. And a non-vintage wine, like I said, non-vintage, unless they tell you why, I'm always suspicious, But since this is a winery that's been around since 81, which gives it, almost 24 years in the business, not 24 years, 40 years in the business, they know people. And I can come up with in my head, when I'm thinking of why is this non-vintage, if they're more concerned with the grapes and the quality of the grapes, if they go to a winery and they say, well, I have a 2001 Chardonnay that's left over. It was from this for this bottling. We We got some left over, and here's the price. And another one goes, here's 2002. This is a really good one too. Well, they're both good grapes, different vintages. Well, I don't care. I want good grapes, and that's what I think they did here. You could get, sometimes non-vintage is people going for the lowest price they can find, and other times they're going for the best grapes they can find. And from me tasting this, I'm going with the second one. And the goofy skeleton label, it's coming on Halloween, not too far from here. And if you want, I don't know where the Jawbreaker name comes in, but if you want a nice Chardonnay, it's not all that much. It's 13.3 in the alcohol, nothing too much, but it's got enough body. And you got a little skeleton. It looks good, drinks well. Yeah, it's really balanced. It's got a good finish. None of this I was expecting because I didn't know what to expect. But I'm very happy I chose this wine. If you're ever wondering why I seem to like every single wine I talk about, write about, because I pick out and purchase every single wine. I'm not getting wines from people, at least very seldom. And after all this time, I know what wine is to pick. I know what I like. I know what And another thing is, I usually almost always like wines with skull on the labels. I mean, it's one of those things that they seem to, when they put skulls on the label, they're calling for me. It's like, you're going to like this one. So there you are, skulls and Chardonnay. Jawbreaker, California, non-vintage Chardonnay. It's really good. Chateau Diana, it's a family-owned and operated winery. I think their own vineyards are in Dry Creek. They do a lot of non-vintage wine. So when I saw that there's 3 or 4 of their labels are non-vintage, that there is a method to their madness. So it makes sense to me. So adios, keep it cheap. This is Domain Dave from cheapwinefinder.com. I've got a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc next. We've been doing Sauvignon Blancs for everybody but New Zealand, so I went back to there. So keep it cheap, stay cool and warm. I don't know, the weather's a little bit different, and I'll be talking to you in a couple of days. Adios, bye-bye.